Welcome to Catholic News World.
Welcome to Catholic News World. Please subscribe to our channel. My name is Steph. Here are this week's breaking news headlines.
A mass shooting occurred as mourners were leaving a Catholic church in Euston, in London, England. Police confirmed that 6 people in total were injured in the attack, 4 women aged 21, 41, 48, and 54, along with 2 children aged 12 and 7. The 7-year-old child is in critical condition. The victims were shot as they left the funeral service for British Columbian cancer victim Sarah Sanchez, 20, and her mother Fresia Calderon, 50, outside St. Aloysius Church on Phoenix Road about 1:30 p.m. on January 14, 2023. BBC reports that on January 16, a 22-year-old man was arrested as a suspect in the shooting. Speaking to Sky News, Father Jeremy Trude, who celebrated the funeral, said, "I was inside the church and suddenly there was an enormous bang and people rushed back into the church screaming and saying shots had been fired. There are no words that can describe what had happened, and I can't imagine why anybody could possibly do such a thing. There were hundreds of people in the church coming out. It was pandemonium." Cardinal Vincent Nichols, Archbishop of Westminster and President of England's Bishops' Conference, said, "Please continue to keep all involved in this terrible incident in your prayers, especially the young girl whose injuries are reported to be serious." A new World Watch list reveals statistics on persecution of Christians and top 50 dangerous countries for Christians. Violence against Christians and control over churches is increasing according to the list. The top 5 most dangerous countries are 1 North Korea, 2 Somalia, 3 Yemen, 4 Eritrea, and 5 Libya. The extent of violence against Christians has reached a new high in recent years, reports Open Doors, the international aid organization for persecuted Christians. 360 million Christians around the world suffer high levels of persecution and discrimination for their faith. 2,110 churches and Christian buildings were attacked last year. 5,259 Christians were abducted last year. At least 5,621 Christians were murdered for their faith during the October 1, 2021 to September 30, 2022. Violence against them has increased significantly, particularly in Nigeria, ranking 6th, and across sub-Saharan Africa. In addition, increasing authoritarianism and ideological nationalism are exacerbating the persecution and discrimination that severely affects Christians in 76 countries. The U.S. National Pro-Life March for Life took place on January 20, 2023. According to Life News, there were 100,000 people at the march. Many schools and colleges brought bus loads full of students. There were many religious orders present and priests and bishops. Large families also attended, showing their support for life. The theme of the 50th Annual March for Life was, "Next Steps, Marching in a Post-Roe America." Their first round of speakers for the 2023 March for Life were, The Chosen's actor, Jonathan Romy, Pro Football Hall of Famer coach Tony Dungy, and We Are Messengers. Romy, who is Catholic, told marchers, "God is real, and He is completely in love with each and every one of you." Other speakers included Bishop Michael Burbidge, Reverend Franklin Graham, and Jean Mancini. Many politicians attended, and spoke at the podium too. State Representative Trini McGee, a leading pro-life Democrat, called for laws that not only protect life, but sustain life. Republican Steve Scalise of Louisiana, a member of the House Pro-Life Caucus, promoted voting for pro-life candidates and lawmakers. Another member of Congress, Representative Chris Smith of New Jersey, recalled that he also attended the first March for Life in 1974. Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch was at the march, and it was her office that led the Dobbs versus Jackson case that overturned Roe. Currently, 14 states protect unborn babies by limiting or banning abortions, and more are expected to do so this year. The March for Life was supported by the U.S. Catholic Bishops' Conference, who also held a Mass and Vigil at the Basilica in Washington. Pope Francis sent his blessings to participants, and the Vatican granted a plenary indulgence to all participants in person or virtual. A new book by Pope Benedict XVI was just released after his death. It is entitled What is Christianity and is being called his spiritual testament. Pope Benedict XVI wanted it published after his death. At the end of his life, Pope Benedict XVI, who died on December 31, 2022, agreed to collect his latest reflections on some fundamental themes of the Christian religion, in an essay. The essay was published by Mondadori under the title What is Christianity in Italian Che cos'è il cristianesimo. It is almost a spiritual testament and it arrives in bookstores on January 20, 2023. The book contains the texts written by the Pope Emeritus during his stay in the Mater Ecclesiae monastery in the Vatican and also contains some unpublished essays. The oldest person in the world, a Catholic nun, dies at age 118. Rest in peace, Sister Andre. Following the death of Japanese Kane Tanaka on April 19, 2022, Sister Andre became the eldest person in the world. She never missed daily mass and said, "I talk to God all the time." She turned 118 on February 11th. She tested positive for the coronavirus in 2021 but recovered. The nun was born in 1904 with her real name Lucille Randon. Sister Andre was the youngest of 5 children. She was the only daughter, as her twin sister Liddy died at 18 months. She explained, "A very little girl with 3 big boys was not funny." Sister Andre grew up in a family that did not practice Christianity, even though one of her grandfathers had been a Protestant pastor. In 1923, she received baptism and First Communion at her own request. She was baptized at age 26 and became a nun at age 41. With the Daughters of Charity, she was assigned to a hospital in Vichy for 31 years. She worked as a governess before entering the convent. One of her nephews is over 90 years old and visits her often. When she turned 115, Pope Francis sent her a rosary. Sister Andre confided about her life of faith, "My daily happiness is to be able to pray again." Even though she was blind and in a wheelchair, Sister Andre attended daily Holy Mass until her death. When Sister Andre was asked the secret of being able to live so long, she answered, "I don't know, but only God knows."
Watch our programme every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Catholic News World channel. God bless.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.